My question is, the animals of the world, do you speak with them, or do they have their own Abraham? As you say, they're so pure.
They are pure, they're tuned in directly, they don't look for emissaries.
So why do they get so injured and hurt?
Well, there are a number of things that we want to say to you about this, and every time we do, Jerry and Esther get letters, so... But we're going to say it anyway.
Thank you.
The most important thing to understand is that everyone coming forth into physical experience, including the beasts of your planet, know full well what they're coming into. The beasts of your planet, because they are remembering who they are, they're not as resistant, they're more allowing. That's why you call them instinctual, because in their lack of resistance, they receive that broader perspective. Don't you find it interesting when you see a flock of birds or a herd of whales or whatever it is, the dance that they do? Because they are operating from that greater mind, and they are all receiving it in a non-resistant way. Now, as the beasts of your planet interact with you, it's possible that they can get out of whack a little bit. But for the most part, they are mostly, this is the thing that we want you to hear, the distinction that is the biggest between humans and the beasts of your planet is that the beasts of your planet are not pushing against death. They understand their eternal beingness. So, having said that, we have to say to you, it is our full and complete knowing that if they know who they are and they know what they're getting into and they continue to choose it time after time after time, you must accept that it's all right, you see. Humans get all worried about beasts being food, and we say, if you could get really organized, you can't. But if you could get really organized, you can't. But if you could get really organized and offer some legislation where you disallowed humans from eating the flesh of the animals, the big fish would still eat the little fish, and the lion would still eat the gazelle. You will never be able to convince them that they should do other than they were born to do, you see.
No, but they don't put a baked potato on top.
Maybe we need to hear more from you.
They do what is natural to them, the way God intended. A carnivorous normally is carnivorous, or a vegetarian is normally vegetarian.
Well, we're always so interested when one of our physical friends from a disconnected place tries to explain to us what God intended. How could you know that from your place of despair? You got to get in the vortex before you know. And we promise you, the beasts are in the vortex. They're doing the dance of life, even in the death experience, you see. Because they know there is no endedness to that which they are. Think about it. Think about being a rabbit or a deer or whatever you want to choose. And think about coming forth into the exalted experience of being on the leading edge, romping in this time-space reality, knowing that you get to do it endlessly, that there's no ending to that which you are. You see, you're not going to drag us out here where we are concerned about death. We'd rather drag you in here where you understand that it's all part of the cycle of life.
That's where I want to be. I want to understand it. Yeah.
So we'll appeal to your logic. Do you accept that you are an eternal being?
Yes, and so are they.
And so, since you are eternal beings, then why worry about the longness or the shortness of a life experience, yes?
Yes.
So what is it about their experience that is bothering you that isn't bothering them? What is it about their experience that is bothering you that isn't bothering them? What is it about their experience that is bothering you that is not bothering them? Would you rather that few of them ate each other, or that humans, what is it that you think you want? What is it that you want? You get to want.
It would just be nice if humans didn't interfere with them so much.
Well, you can call it interfering or you can call it co-creating. They didn't come for a feathered nest either. In other words, think about, as humans are interfering, let's say that humans are interfering in the sense that they are finding quite a bit of food value from animals. So as a result of that, many more animals are given the opportunity through breeding or through farms to come forth and have physical experiences. They like that. And as they're telling your story, they're saying, there's this lady, and I know she means well, but she would like us to stop coming so much because she's worried about our endedness, because she doesn't know that there is no endedness. We just keep having beginnedness, you see. But she wants to shut the whole thing down. I'm not sure why. I don't know why she doesn't want us to come forth. She doesn't want us to be born because she doesn't want us to die. But what about the living in between? That's what we're in it for. Don't you see the deliciousness of life? And can't you feel when you get your head wrapped around the understanding that there is no death, that then you can start feeling frisky about watching them all live? Would you deny them life in order to avoid their death? That's really the question that we want to put to you. That's what they would like to ask you. You want us to not have life so that we don't have to have what you call death, because there is no death. So since there is no death, why are you worried about us having life and life and life and life and life and life and life?
Okay, let me use another word. I'd rather there was no, it's the cruelty aspect.
Well, but that's your perspective. In other words, we understand that you wouldn't want to be hog-tied and made into ham. We get that. But you came forth with different intention. And now you're meddling in the intention of the pig. And the pig wants to say, why is she doing that? I'm not trying to tell her how to live her life. Why is she trying to tell me how to live my life? She would deprive me of existence because she doesn't think she'd like to end up like me. That's why we told you the story that Renegade wasn't dead. She was just getting ready to be dead. Very much alive, right up to the point. One day, Esther saw a beast off in the bushes with a chicken. And Esther said, that's very, very wrong of you. That's very wrong of you to take my chicken. And we said to Esther, and what will you have for lunch today? And Esther said, we eat strangers' chickens. Some things to think about. We just want you to know that all is well. And we really want you to know that from the broader non-physical perspective is when these decisions are being made. And the population of your planet on all levels is controlled from that broader non-physical perspective. And when the asking happens on all levels here, that's when the answering comes. And it's all in perfect balance. And the only imbalance that ever occurs is when you take something like that subject and use it as your excuse not to be who you are, you see. And the beasts of your planet never do that.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you. You're the first person that's made sense.